Have you ever wondered what really happens the moment you fall asleep? Because every single night, your brain does something unbelievable. It builds a world out of nothing. A world that feels so real, you don't even question it. And here's the part that sounds impossible. In real scientific experiments, researchers have actually communicated with people while they were still dreaming. Yes, truly. The volunteers were deeply asleep, yet they responded using tiny eye signals, answering simple questions from inside their dreams. Which means something extraordinary is happening. Your body may be resting, but a hidden part of your mind is still awake. And the most calming discovery of all is this: dreams can be gently influenced. A soft scent, like roses, has been shown to reduce fear inside nightmares. A quiet sound can strengthen one specific memory, helping the brain hold on to it more clearly by morning. So tonight, as you get comfortable and let your eyes grow heavy, we're going to explore the most relaxing and most fascinating facts about dreaming. Facts that feel like quiet secrets of the human brain. Facts that may soften your thoughts and guide you deeper into sleep. Now take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Relax your shoulders. Let the day fade away, because your dream world is already beginning to open. As you continue to drift, your body becomes heavier, almost as if gravity is gently increasing. The outside world fades into the background, and the brain begins to travel inward. Sleep moves in cycles, like slow waves rolling across the shore. Each wave has its own rhythm, its own purpose, and each one carries you closer to the deeper layers of dreaming. One of the most interesting discoveries about dreams is that they do not belong to only one stage of sleep. For a long time, scientists believed dreams happened only during REM sleep, the stage where the eyes flicker rapidly and the brain becomes highly active. But when researchers began waking people during other stages, they found something surprising. Many people reported dreams even in lighter, non-REM stages. These dreams were often simpler, more realistic, and less dramatic, but they were still dreams. This changed the way scientists understand the sleeping mind. Dreaming is not a single switch that turns on only in REM. It is more like a spectrum, appearing in different forms depending on what the brain is doing. In the earlier parts of the night, dreams may feel like quiet thoughts, gentle scenes, or small fragments of daily life. Later, as the night progresses, dreams often become longer, more emotional, and more cinematic. This happens because the brain shifts its chemistry and its patterns of activation. In REM sleep, certain chemicals rise while others fall, creating a unique mental environment. ACTCH increases, keeping the brain's visual and emotional systems active. Meanwhile, chemicals linked to alertness, like norepinephrine, drop to very low levels. This creates a strange balance. The mind is vivid and awake in some ways, but the part that checks reality is quiet. That is why dreams feel so believable. You can accept impossible things without hesitation. You can walk through walls, speak to animals, or suddenly appear in another city. The brain is generating a story, but the logical editor is resting. It's almost as if the mind is watching its own movie without stopping to question the plot. Researchers have also found that dreams often focus more on emotion than on detail. When you wake up, you might not remember the exact colors of a room, but you remember the feeling: fear, excitement, wonder, sadness, or love. Brain scans show that during dreaming, emotional regions like the amygdala can be highly active.
This is part of why dreams can feel intense. The emotional engine is running strong, even when the reasoning engine is quiet. And yet there is something gentle hidden inside this process. Many scientists believe that dreaming may help soften emotional memories. It may be the brain's way of replaying experiences in a safer form, letting them lose their sharp edges over time. Instead of carrying stress directly into the next day, the brain processes it in the quiet language of dreams. So, when your mind drifts into strange stories tonight, remember this: it may not be meaningless. It may be your brain doing careful work in the dark, shaping your emotions into something lighter, something easier to carry.
As the night deepens, the brain begins to enter its most mysterious rhythm. Your breathing stays steady, your body remains still, and yet behind your closed eyelids, a private universe becomes brighter. This is the stage many people associate with vivid dreaming, the one called REM sleep. During REM, the brain becomes almost as active as it is when you are awake, but your muscles are kept safely quiet. It is as if nature has designed a perfect system, allowing the mind to wander freely while the body stays protected. One of the strangest things about REM sleep is that your brain is not simply resting, it is working, almost like a storyteller that never gets tired. Scientists have found that during REM, areas involved in emotion and memory become highly active. The amygdala, which helps process fear and emotional intensity, often lights up. The hippocampus, which helps organize memories, also becomes involved. This may be why dreams often feel emotionally powerful, even when they are based on small or meaningless details. At the same time, the part of the brain responsible for careful reasoning and decision-making, the prefrontal cortex, becomes much quieter. This creates a very unusual mental balance. The emotional engine is strong, but the logical filter is weak. That is why dreams can feel so real, yet so strange. You may suddenly be talking to someone from your childhood in a place you have never visited. You may accept impossible changes without questioning them. The brain does not stop to correct the story, it simply flows. This shift may not be a mistake. Many researchers believe it could be part of why dreams exist at all. When logic is turned down, the mind becomes freer. It can combine ideas without strict rules. It can connect memories that normally stay separate. In a way, dreaming may be the brain's natural creativity mode. It is like a workshop where thoughts are allowed to collide and merge, creating something new. This is one reason why many artists and scientists throughout history have claimed that dreams helped them solve problems. Some have reported waking with melodies, images, or solutions that seemed to appear from nowhere. The brain, during dreaming, may be exploring possibilities without the limits of waking reality. But even if dreams are creative, they are also deeply personal. Many dreams contain small pieces of the day you just lived. Psychologists call this day residue. A short conversation, a face seen in passing, or even a random object can reappear later at night. The brain seems to pick up tiny fragments and recycle them into dream scenes. And yet, dreams rarely replay life exactly. They remix it. They blend yesterday with last year, and last year with childhood. This remixing may be a way for the brain to strengthen memories, linking them into larger networks. Instead of storing moments as isolated snapshots, the brain weaves them into a bigger story. So as you sleep tonight, your dreams may feel like strange movies, but beneath their shifting scenes, there may be a quiet purpose. Your brain is sorting, connecting, and shaping your inner world, all while you rest. As your sleep grows deeper, the dream world may begin to feel smoother, like floating on warm water. The mind becomes less concerned with where you are and more focused on what you feel. This is one of the most fascinating things about dreaming. Dreams often do not follow logic, but they follow emotion with remarkable precision. A single feeling can shape an entire landscape. Anxiety might become a dark hallway. Joy might become sunlight pouring through a window. A small worry might transform into a storm, even if nothing truly frightening is happening. Scientists have long wondered why emotions remain so powerful during sleep. Brain imaging studies offer a clue. During vivid dreaming, emotional centers such as the amygdala often remain active, while the parts of the brain responsible for critical thinking and self-control remain quieter. This imbalance creates a strange but beautiful experience. The dream is not carefully edited, it is raw, expressive, and sometimes overwhelming. Yet this might be exactly what the brain needs. Some researchers believe dreaming works like emotional housekeeping. Throughout the day, your mind collects experiences, reactions, and stress. Not all of them are processed fully. Many feelings get pushed aside because life moves too fast. But at night, the brain may return to these emotions in a softer, symbolic way. Instead of replaying an argument exactly, the brain might turn it into a dream of being lost in a city. Instead of replaying loneliness, it might create an empty room. The details are different, but the emotional meaning remains. This could be the brain's way of lowering emotional intensity. By revisiting feelings while the body is safe and resting, the brain may reduce the sting of certain memories. Some scientists describe this as a form of overnight therapy. It is not conscious and it is not always pleasant, but it may help prevent emotions from building up like pressure inside a closed container. Interestingly, this is also why dreams can feel so personal. Even when the scenes are bizarre, the emotions often make sense. A dream may appear meaningless, but when you look closer, it often carries the emotional fingerprint of your life. There is also evidence that dreams help strengthen important memories. The brain does not store everything equally. Some moments matter more than others. During sleep, the brain seems to replay certain patterns of activity, almost like practicing. These replays help transfer memories from short-term storage into long-term networks. That is why sleep is so important for learning. Even when you are not studying, your brain is quietly reinforcing what it considers valuable. And yet, dreams are not simply memory replay, they are memory transformation. They blend old and new, creating fresh connections. This may explain why dreams sometimes bring sudden insight. They take pieces of your life and rearrange them into new shapes, like a puzzle being solved in the background. So when you find yourself dreaming tonight, remember that your mind may be doing more than entertaining you. It may be healing emotional wounds, organizing experiences, and strengthening the parts of your story that need to stay. In the quiet darkness of sleep, your brain becomes both librarian and artist, sorting memories while painting worlds made of feeling.
As the night continues, the brain begins to move through its cycles with a quiet rhythm, returning again and again to the dream state. Each time, the dream world may feel slightly different, as if your mind is exploring new rooms inside the same mysterious house. Some dreams are light and ordinary, like walking through a familiar neighborhood. Others are vivid and strange, filled with impossible events that still feel completely believable. One of the most surprising discoveries in modern sleep science is that the dreaming brain is not fully cut off from the outside world. Even while you are asleep, certain signals can still enter. Your ears still pick up sounds, your nose can still detect scents, and your brain can respond to these cues without waking you, quietly weaving them into the fabric of your dream. This is why people sometimes dream about an alarm clock before it actually wakes them, or why a sound in the room might become part of the dream's story. The mind does not always recognize the outside world clearly, but it can absorb it like a sponge and transform it into dream imagery. Smell is especially powerful. Unlike vision and hearing, scent is connected directly to brain regions that handle memory and emotion. This connection remains surprisingly open during sleep. In experiments, researchers have shown that gentle smells can influence the emotional tone of dreams. A calming scent, like roses, can reduce fear during nightmares. The dream may not include roses at all, but the feeling shifts. The nightmare becomes softer. The mind becomes less tense. It is as if the scent acts like a quiet hand on the shoulder, reassuring the sleeping brain. This discovery is important because it suggests that nightmares might not be as untouchable as we once thought. For people who suffer from recurring nightmares, especially those linked to trauma, subtle sensory cues might one day become a gentle tool for comfort. The dream world, it seems, can be guided not by force, but by soft influence. Sound can also play a fascinating role. Researchers have experimented with something called targeted memory reactivation. Before sleep, volunteers learn information, such as word pairs or object locations. While learning, certain sounds are paired with specific memories. Later, during sleep, scientists replay one of those sounds very quietly. The sleeping brain responds by reactivating the connected memory network. By morning, the information linked to that sound is remembered better than the rest. It is almost like whispering to the brain while it sleeps, reminding it of what to keep. This does not create new memories out of nothing, but it strengthens what is already there. It's a gentle nudge, showing that the sleeping mind is still listening. These findings reveal something deeply comforting. Sleep is not a blank void. It is a living process. Even in rest, your brain is learning, adjusting, and responding. It is taking in small signals from the world and using them to shape your inner experience. So tonight, as you drift deeper, remember that the boundary between your dream world and the real world is not a wall. It is more like a curtain. Soft sounds, faint scents, and gentle sensations can pass through, quietly coloring your dreams, guiding your emotions, and helping your brain do its quiet work in the dark.
As your sleep becomes steadier, the dream world may begin to feel more structured, almost like a story unfolding with purpose. You may not remember every detail in the morning, but while you are inside the dream, it can feel like the only reality that exists. This is one of the strangest things about dreaming. Even when the events are impossible, the mind accepts them as normal. A door can open into the sky. A childhood friend can suddenly appear in a place they've never been. Time can skip forward without explanation. And yet, you rarely question it. The reason for this is hidden in the brain's nighttime chemistry. During vivid dreaming, the brain reduces activity in regions responsible for careful judgment and logical control. The part of the mind that usually says, "That doesn't make sense," becomes quieter. Meanwhile, emotional and sensory networks remain highly active.
This is why dreams can feel like raw experience rather than rational thought. You are not analyzing the dream, you are living it. But sometimes something extraordinary happens. In rare moments, the dreamer becomes aware. You realize you are dreaming even while still asleep. This is called lucid dreaming, and it is one of the most fascinating states the human mind can enter. It is like waking up inside your own imagination. Lucid dreaming is not just a fantasy concept. Scientists have studied it in sleep laboratories, and the results are deeply surprising. People trained in lucid dreaming have been able to signal researchers while they were asleep. They used specific eye movement patterns, such as looking left-right, because eye muscles are not fully paralyzed during REM sleep. These signals act like a secret code. When the dreamer becomes lucid, they send the signal, and researchers can confirm that awareness is happening inside the dream. Even more astonishing, scientists have asked lucid dreamers simple questions during sleep. They used soft sounds or light cues, and the dreamers responded with eye movements or tiny facial twitches. In some experiments, dreamers even solved basic math problems while still asleep, then signaled the answer. These moments were brief, but they proved something incredible. The dreaming mind is not completely sealed away. It can still receive information and respond in real time. This discovery changes the way we think about sleep. It suggests that consciousness is not an on or off switch. It is a dimmer. It can fade, shift, and return in unexpected ways. Even in deep sleep, there can be small islands of awareness. For many people, lucid dreaming feels like stepping into a private universe where the rules are flexible. Some dreamers report flying, walking through walls, or changing the dream environment by intention. Others use lucid dreams for practice, rehearsing speeches, exploring creative ideas, or working through fears in a safe setting. Control is never perfect. The dream has its own flow, but the ability to observe and influence a dream is like having a flashlight in the dark. It allows you to explore the mind from the inside. So tonight, if you happen to notice something strange in your dream, a detail that doesn't fit, a sudden shift in reality, you might find yourself becoming lucid. And even if you don't, the fact remains, your sleeping brain is far more aware and capable than it seems. As the night stretches onward, your mind may feel as if it is drifting through layers of soft darkness, moving from one dream to another, like stepping stones across a quiet river. Some dreams are gentle and pleasant, filled with warmth and familiarity. Others can feel tense or unsettling, even when nothing truly dangerous is happening. This is because the dreaming brain is not always focused on comfort. Sometimes it is focused on rehearsal. Many psychologists believe dreams often act as simulations. The mind creates scenarios of challenge, danger, or uncertainty, allowing you to experience them safely. This idea is called the threat simulation theory. It suggests that the brain uses dreams as a kind of training ground. Instead of facing real danger, you face dream danger. You may be chased, lost, trapped, or tested. And even though it is not real, your emotional systems respond as if it is. This may sound unsettling, but there is something strangely protective about it. The dream allows the brain to practice responses. It explores what fear feels like, how escape might work, and how the body might react. It's like a fire drill for the nervous system. And in many dreams, the threat does not end in harm. Often, the dream shifts, the danger dissolves, or you wake up before the worst happens. The brain rehearses fear, but in a controlled environment. However, not all threatening dreams are helpful. In some people, especially those with trauma, nightmares can become repetitive and intense. The brain can get stuck replaying fear rather than resolving it. This is why scientists are interested in ways to soften nightmares, using techniques such as therapy, controlled sensory cues, or changes in sleep habits. Even in the darkness of sleep, the mind can sometimes be guided toward gentler outcomes. One of the most curious phenomena related to dreams is how they borrow from daily life in unusual ways. Researchers have noticed that dreams often include small details from the day, called day residue. A face you saw in passing, a random object, a brief conversation, or a short moment of stress may reappear later in a dream, even if you didn't think it mattered. The brain seems to collect tiny fragments like seeds, then plant them into dream soil. But there is an even stranger effect that scientists call dream lag. Many experiences show up not immediately, but about a week later. People have reported that certain emotional events, learning tasks, or social interactions reappear in dreams after several days of delay. It is as if the brain stores the memory quietly at first, then revisits it later when it is ready to integrate it into a deeper network. This delayed echo suggests that memory processing is not a single event. It happens in stages. The brain may first stabilize a memory, then later weave it into broader patterns. Dreams may be one of the places where that weaving becomes visible. So if your dreams feel like strange remixes of your life, that may be exactly what they are. Your mind is taking pieces of the past and rearranging them into new forms. Not to confuse you, but to organize you. It is sorting emotional weight, testing reactions, and shaping your inner world. Even unsettling dreams may be part of a quiet, protective process, helping the brain prepare for waking life without you even realizing it.
As you rest more deeply, your brain continues its silent work, and your dreams may become more populated. You may notice that dreams are rarely empty. They often contain people, faces, voices, and conversations, even if the setting changes constantly. This is not a coincidence. Many scientists believe that dreaming is closely tied to social life because humans are social creatures by nature. The brain spends much of its waking time reading expressions, interpreting tone, predicting reactions, and managing relationships. And at night, it may continue practicing these skills. This idea is known as the social simulation hypothesis. It suggests that dreams are like practice runs for human interaction. In dreams, you may argue, reconnect, forgive, compete, or cooperate. You may experience awkward moments, comforting moments, or moments of sudden love and loss. These dream conversations are often emotional, and sometimes they feel more intense than real life. That intensity may come from the same brain patterns seen in other dreams. Emotional centers remain active while logical control is quieter, allowing social experiences to play out without restraint. Interestingly, many dream characters are not strangers. They are often familiar faces, family members, old friends, classmates, co-workers, or people you have seen recently. Sometimes they appear exactly as they are. Other times, they become blended versions of multiple people, as if the brain is merging identities into one symbol.
This blending may be part of how the mind organizes social memory, grouping people by emotional meaning rather than by accuracy. Dreams can also reveal something about how deeply your brain stores human connection. Even if you haven't thought about someone in years, they can appear suddenly in a dream, speaking as if no time has passed. This is because the brain never truly deletes important social memories. It keeps them tucked away, ready to resurface when triggered by emotion, stress, or random association. Another fascinating detail is that dreams often focus on faces. Researchers have found that the brain contains specialized regions dedicated to facial recognition. Even in sleep, these regions can remain active. This may explain why faces in dreams can feel so vivid, even when everything else is blurry. Your brain is built to recognize people, and it continues doing so in the dream world. Yet the dream mind is also creative. Sometimes it invents faces you have never consciously seen, but even those new faces may actually be constructed from fragments of real faces you have passed on the street, in a store, or in a crowd. The brain may be using stored reality like building blocks. This constant social activity in dreams may serve an important purpose. It may help the brain rehearse empathy, reduce social tension, or explore emotional situations without real consequences. It is like a mental theater where you can experience many versions of a conversation, many possible endings, and many emotional outcomes. So tonight, if you find yourself speaking to someone in a dream, remember that your brain may be practicing what it means to connect. Even in sleep, you are still learning how to be human. Your dreams may not always make sense, but they may be quietly strengthening the emotional and social networks that shape your waking life.
As the night moves forward, your dreams may begin to feel even more immersive, as if your mind is building entire worlds with incredible detail. Even when you wake and forget most of it, the experience can feel surprisingly real while it lasts. This raises a gentle but fascinating question. If dreams are created inside the brain, why do they feel so convincing? Why do we believe them completely while we are inside them? Part of the answer lies in how the brain constructs reality in the first place. Even in waking life, you are not directly experiencing the world as it is. Your brain is constantly interpreting signals from your eyes, ears, skin, and body, then assembling them into a coherent picture. What you call reality is already a kind of internal simulation. Dreaming uses the same machinery, but instead of using outside input, it builds the world from memory, emotion, and imagination. In a sense, dreams prove that the brain does not need the outside world to create a full experience. It can generate sights, sounds, sensations, and even movement from within. This is why dreams can feel so vivid. The same systems that create waking perception are active during sleep, especially during REM. Scientists have discovered something even more specific. There appears to be a region in the back of the brain that acts like a dream generator. It is sometimes called the posterior hot zone. This area includes regions involved in vision, spatial awareness, and body perception. When this zone shows high-frequency activity during sleep, people are far more likely to report a dream if they are awakened. When it remains quiet, people often report no dream experience, even if they are in REM. This discovery suggests that dreaming is not defined only by sleep stages. Instead, it may depend on whether certain brain networks are active. The brain can be in REM and still produce little or no dream content, or it can be in non-REM sleep and still create vivid dream experiences. The hot zone seems to be a key switch lighting up when the brain begins building its internal movie. Even more fascinating is that different parts of this zone may shape different dream content. Some regions are linked to faces, others to movement, others to places and spatial scenes. This means that dreams may not be random stories at all. They may be structured by specific neural patterns with different brain areas contributing different ingredients. And yet, the dream world is not just visual. It often includes sound, touch, and emotional atmosphere. This is why dreams can feel like complete realities. You may feel wind, warmth, pressure, or even pain. The brain's sensory systems are not fully shut down. They are simply working without external guidance. This also explains why dreams can shift suddenly. If the brain's activity pattern changes, the dream scene can change instantly. A beach becomes a classroom, a friend becomes a stranger, a bright sky becomes a dark hallway. The dream does not need to transition smoothly because it is not bound by physical space. It is bound only by brain signals. So, tonight, as your dreams unfold, imagine that your brain is quietly projecting a private film. The projector is hidden deep inside you, and the screen is your awareness. You are both the audience and the creator. And even if you forget the story by morning, the experience itself is proof of how powerful the sleeping mind truly is.
As you sink further into the quiet rhythm of sleep, there is a hidden safety system working inside you. Most nights, you never notice it. You simply dream, drift, and wake up the next morning without thinking about what your body did while you were unconscious. But one of the most important facts about dreaming is that your brain does not allow your body to act out the dream. During vivid dreaming, especially during REM sleep, the brain sends signals that temporarily paralyze most of your voluntary muscles. This state is called REM atonia. It is not harmful. In fact, it is protective. Without it, dreams could become dangerous because the body might physically respond to what the mind is experiencing. If you dream of running, you might run. If you dream of fighting, you might strike. Instead, the brain gently locks the body in place, allowing the dream to remain safely inside the mind. Most of the time, this system works perfectly, but sometimes it misfires in unusual ways, creating two very different experiences that can feel mysterious or even frightening. The first is sleep paralysis. This happens when a person wakes up into awareness, but the muscle paralysis of REM sleep has not fully turned off yet. You can open your eyes, you can breathe, you can think clearly, but your body refuses to move. For many people, this moment can feel terrifying because it is often accompanied by vivid hallucinations. You might sense someone standing nearby, you might hear footsteps, you might feel pressure on your chest. These hallucinations are not supernatural. They are dream fragments leaking into waking awareness. Sleep paralysis usually lasts only a few seconds to a minute, but it can feel much longer. The combination of immobility and fear can make it feel unforgettable. Scientists believe it is simply a mismatch in timing. The mind wakes up before the body's protective system releases. Understanding what it is often makes it less frightening because knowledge can reduce the panic response. The second experience is almost the opposite. In some people, the body does not become paralyzed properly during REM sleep. This condition is called REM sleep behavior disorder. Instead of being still, the sleeper may move, shout, kick, or even jump out of bed while dreaming. The dream is no longer contained.
it spills into real motion. This can be dangerous, both for the sleeper and for anyone nearby. Doctors often recommend safety precautions for people with this condition, such as removing sharp objects near the bed or placing cushions around the sleeping area. But what makes REM sleep behavior disorder especially significant is that it can sometimes be an early warning sign of deeper neurological change. Studies have shown that many people with this disorder later develop Parkinson's disease or related conditions, sometimes years before other symptoms appear. This does not mean every case leads to Parkinson's, but the connection is strong enough that doctors take it seriously. It shows how sleep can reveal clues about brain health long before waking life does. So tonight, as you dream safely in stillness, remember that your body is being gently guarded by your own nervous system. Sleep is not just rest, it is a carefully designed state filled with hidden protections and delicate timing. And in the quiet darkness, your brain is balancing freedom and safety, letting your imagination roam while keeping your body peacefully at rest.
As the night continues, your dreams may begin to feel like a private gallery of images, shifting from scene to scene without warning. A face appears, then fades. A forest becomes a hallway. A city turns into an ocean. These changes feel effortless, as if the dream world is being painted in real time. For centuries, people believed dreams were impossible to study because they vanished the moment you woke up. But modern science has begun to do something that once sounded like pure fiction. Researchers are now exploring ways to glimpse dream content by reading patterns in the brain. It begins with a simple idea. When you look at something while awake, your brain produces specific activity patterns. A face triggers certain visual regions. A building triggers others. Movement, color, and shape each leave their own neural signature. Using brain scanning technology, such as fMRI, scientists can record these patterns while a person is awake and viewing images on a screen. Then, artificial intelligence systems are trained to recognize the connection between the brain patterns and the images being seen. The AI learns, slowly and carefully, what forest looks like in brain activity, what human face looks like, what animal movement looks like. It is not reading thoughts in words, it is detecting patterns in neural signals. After this training, researchers allow the volunteer to fall asleep inside the scanner. As the person enters sleep, the brain begins producing new patterns, and sometimes those patterns resemble the ones created during waking perception. The AI system then attempts to reconstruct what kind of image the dreamer might be experiencing. The results are not sharp photographs, they are blurry, vague, almost like distant paintings. But in some cases, the reconstructed images resemble the general category of the dream: a face-like shape, a street-like structure, a moving figure, a landscape. It is not perfect, but it is remarkable that it works at all. Other experiments have focused not on recreating images, but on classifying dream themes. For example, researchers may predict whether a person is dreaming about movement, about people, or about objects. These classifications are still limited, but they show that dreams leave measurable footprints in the brain. This raises a fascinating and slightly unsettling question. If dream content can be partially decoded, what might future technology reveal? For now, dream decoding is crude and far from reading full stories. But the fact that it is possible suggests that dreams are not just private experiences, they are physical events in the brain, shaped by neural activity that can, at least in part, be measured. Some scientists believe that one day dream decoding could help patients who cannot communicate normally. It might allow doctors to understand the inner experiences of someone in a coma or someone unable to speak. Others worry about privacy, imagining a future where inner thoughts could be exposed. But right now, this research remains mostly experimental and limited. Still, it changes the way we think about the dream world. Dreams may feel like ghostly experiences, but they are real brain activity, with real structure and real patterns. Your mind is not drifting through nothingness. It is creating something measurable, something that leaves traces in your neural circuits. So, tonight, as your dream scenes shift and dissolve, remember this quiet fact. Your brain is painting images in the dark, and for the first time in history, science is beginning to glimpse the brushstrokes.
As your breathing stays slow and steady, your mind continues drifting through its inner landscapes. Dreams can feel like vivid movies, filled with light and color, but not everyone experiences them in the same way. One of the most fascinating facts about dreaming is that it depends deeply on the senses a person has used throughout life. Dreams are not limited to sight. They are built from whatever the brain knows best. People who are blind from birth still dream, and their dreams can be just as rich and emotional as anyone else's. But instead of visual scenes, their dreams unfold through sound, touch, smell, and spatial sensation. A voice might define a character. Footsteps might define a hallway. The feeling of warm sunlight might create an entire environment. Textures, temperature, and movement can become the dream's main language. This tells us something profound. Dreaming is not about seeing. It is about the brain's ability to create an immersive reality using the materials it has available. The mind builds a world from experience, not from eyesight alone. Researchers have also noticed a difference between people who were born blind and people who lost vision later in life. Those who lose vision later often continue to dream visually for years because the brain still carries stored visual memories. But over time, their dreams may shift, becoming more focused on other senses. The dream world adapts just as the waking brain adapts. This flexibility shows how powerful and creative the sleeping mind truly is. It is constantly building, reshaping, and rebalancing the way it experiences reality, even during rest. Another curious fact about dreaming is that some dreams are experienced more like emotions than stories. Not everyone remembers detailed plots. Some people wake with only a feeling, like warmth, sadness, or relief. Scientists believe this may happen because dreams are often driven by emotional processing. The brain is not always focused on making a narrative. Sometimes it is focused on releasing tension or exploring feelings that have been stored away. This may explain why dreams can feel meaningful even when they are difficult to describe. You might wake knowing you dreamed, but the details dissolve quickly. The emotional trace remains, like the scent of smoke after a fire. Even if the story disappears, the brain may have still completed its work. It is also interesting that many people believe they do not dream at all, but studies suggest that nearly everyone dreams. The difference is often recall. Dreams fade quickly, especially if you wake slowly or return to sleep immediately. Dream memory is fragile. It depends on waking at the right moment and holding the dream in attention long enough to store it. In fact, people who wake during REM sleep are far more likely to remember a dream than those who wake during deep non-REM sleep. This does not mean dreams happen only in REM. It simply means the brain's state during waking affects what you can retrieve. Some scientists compare dream recall to catching a bubble. If you try to hold it too tightly, it breaks. If you ignore it, it floats away. The best chance of remembering is a gentle awareness, like watching the bubble without grabbing it.
So tonight, if you wake briefly in the dark, you might notice a fading image or a lingering emotion. That is the dream world slipping away. But even if you forget it, the dream has still happened. Your brain has still created an inner reality, shaped by your senses, your memories, and your emotions. And that quiet creativity continues, unseen, throughout the night.
As the hours pass, your sleep cycles continue like slow circles, and your dreaming mind may become more inventive. Some dreams feel like ordinary life, but others feel like strange puzzles, filled with symbols and unexpected connections. This is because dreaming is not simply replaying memory, it is transforming memory, reshaping it into something new. One of the most intriguing ideas in sleep science is that dreams may help the brain build connections between distant pieces of knowledge. During waking life, your thoughts often follow clear paths. You focus on tasks, responsibilities, and routines. But during sleep, those strict pathways loosen. The brain becomes more flexible, and memories that normally stay separate can begin to interact. This is why dreams can feel like bizarre combinations. A childhood home might appear beside a modern city street. A teacher might speak with the voice of a friend. A place you visited once might merge with a location you only saw in a movie. These blends may seem meaningless, but they may represent the brain exploring associations, testing how ideas fit together, and reorganizing mental networks. Some researchers believe this is connected to creativity. When the brain is free from strict logic, it can form new patterns. It can combine old information into fresh arrangements. This may explain why some people wake up with sudden insights after sleep. The answer was not found by hard thinking, but by soft drifting. There are famous examples of this. Artists have reported hearing melodies in dreams. Writers have reported seeing scenes that later became stories. Scientists have reported waking up with ideas that helped solve problems. These stories may sound romantic, but they align with what neuroscience suggests. The dreaming brain is active, flexible, and capable of surprising connections. Even when dreams do not directly create new ideas, they may still strengthen flexible thinking. Studies show that sleep, especially when combined with dream-rich stages, can improve problem solving. The brain may be practicing how to see situations from different angles without you consciously trying. Another fascinating phenomenon is dream incubation, the idea that dream content can be gently influenced. In ancient times, people visited special temples hoping to dream about healing or guidance. Today, technology has begun to explore a modern version of the same concept. Researchers have developed methods where a person focuses on a specific theme before sleep, such as ocean or tree. In the moments just as sleep begins, the brain enters a delicate state between wakefulness and dreaming, known as hypnagogia. During this stage, brief dreamlike images and thoughts appear, often fragmented and surreal. Scientists have found that subtle cues, like soft-spoken words or gentle sounds, can influence what appears in these early dream fragments. A few wearable devices can detect when a person is entering this state by monitoring breathing and muscle relaxation. At the right moment, the device plays a word or phrase linked to the chosen theme. If the person stirs, they may be encouraged to describe what they experienced before falling asleep again. By repeating this process, the dream content often becomes connected to the theme. What is most interesting is that this can increase creativity. People who experience guided dream fragments often perform better on creative tasks the next day. It is as if the brain, nudged gently in a certain direction, begins exploring new pathways overnight. This shows that dreaming is not only passive, it can be shaped, not controlled completely, but guided softly, like steering a boat on calm water.
So tonight, as your mind drifts through strange combinations and quiet inventions, remember that your brain may be doing something deeply useful. It may be connecting ideas, exploring possibilities, and opening doors you did not know existed. In the darkness of sleep, creativity is not forced, it simply blooms.
As you continue resting, your mind may feel like it is floating farther away from the day. The thoughts that once felt sharp and urgent now seem distant, like lights fading behind you. This is one of the gentle gifts of sleep. It creates distance. It softens the edges of time. And inside that distance, the brain begins to reset itself. Dreaming plays an important role in this reset, especially when it comes to emotion. Many scientists believe that dreams allow the brain to revisit emotional memories while the body remains calm and safe. During REM sleep, stress hormones tend to be lower, while emotional processing networks remain active. This creates an unusual situation. The brain can replay feelings without the same physical stress response that would happen during waking life. This is why some researchers describe REM dreaming as overnight therapy. It is not therapy in a conscious sense, but a biological process that helps the brain reduce emotional intensity. When you dream about something painful, the memory may be reactivated, but the body is not fully reacting. Over time, this may weaken the emotional sting of certain experiences, making them easier to carry when you wake. However, this process does not always work perfectly. Sometimes dreams can become too intense, especially under high stress. When the brain is overloaded, dreams may turn into nightmares. Yet even nightmares may reflect the brain's attempt to process fear, loss, or uncertainty. They are not pleasant, but they may still be part of the mind's effort to reorganize emotional weight. Another fascinating aspect of dreaming is how much of it is shaped by brain chemistry. Sleep is not just a quiet state, it is a chemical shift. Different neurotransmitters rise and fall, changing the way the mind behaves. During REM sleep, ACH rises, increasing brain activity and vivid imagery. At the same time, serotonin and norepinephrine, chemicals linked to alertness and steady mood regulation, drop to extremely low levels. This chemical pattern may explain why dreams feel so emotionally charged. The brain is active and imaginative, but the chemicals that support calm, rational stability are reduced. The result is a mind that feels alive but not grounded. It's like being inside a world where emotion is the main language. Dopamine, another important chemical, may also play a role. Dopamine is linked to motivation, reward, and salience, meaning the sense that something is important. Some researchers believe dopamine activity may contribute to the vividness and intensity of dream events. It may help certain dream scenes feel meaningful, even if they are strange. This also explains why certain medications can affect dreaming. Antidepressants, nicotine patches, and other drugs that influence neurotransmitters can change the frequency, vividness, and emotional tone of dreams. Some people experience more dreams, others experience fewer dreams. This is not because the medication creates new imagination, but because it changes the brain's chemical environment and the dream world responds. So tonight, as you drift through your own private scenes, remember that your dreams are not just stories, they are chemical experiences. They are shaped by shifting signals and silent neurotransmitters, rising and falling like tides. And while you rest, your brain is carefully adjusting itself, balancing emotion,
memory, and imagination in the calm darkness of sleep.
As the night grows quieter, your dreams may begin to feel even more fluid, as if your mind is drifting through mist. You might move from one scene to another without transition and still accept it completely. In waking life, your brain constantly checks for consistency. It notices errors, it asks questions, it corrects contradictions. But in dreams, that inner critic relaxes. The rules of reality soften, and your mind becomes free to bend physics without hesitation. Scientists believe this happens because the brain's executive control network becomes less active during sleep. This network, centered in the prefrontal cortex, is responsible for planning, judgment, and logical reasoning. When it quiets down, the mind stops enforcing strict order. That is why dreams can contain impossible combinations. You may be in two places at once. You may speak to someone who is no longer alive. You may watch a scene shift like a sudden cut in a film. Yet, despite this loosened logic, dreams often feel coherent from the inside. The dream mind does not need perfect realism, it only needs emotional truth. The story makes sense because the feeling makes sense. This may be one reason why dreaming is linked to flexibility of thought. When the brain is not trapped in strict rules, it can explore new possibilities. It can test strange outcomes. It can imagine new solutions. In a way, dreaming may be like mental stretching, helping the brain stay adaptable. Instead of being locked into rigid patterns, the mind becomes fluid, able to shift and reorganize. Some researchers believe this loosened reality may also help reduce fear. During dreams, you can experience frightening situations without the same physical consequences. You may fall, but your body does not break. You may run, but your muscles do not tire. This creates a safe environment for emotional rehearsal, allowing the mind to face difficult feelings without real danger. But dreaming does not only involve emotion and imagination. It also involves a hidden rhythm inside the brain. During REM sleep, researchers have observed bursts of activity called PGO waves. These waves travel through key regions involved in vision and sensory processing, moving from the brainstem to the thalamus and then into the visual cortex. They often occur alongside rapid eye movements. Many scientists believe PGO waves help generate vivid dream imagery. They may act like internal scene changes, marking shifts in attention or transitions between dream moments. Some compare them to the flickering frames of a projector, helping the brain create the sense of movement and visual flow. They may also play a role in memory consolidation because they occur during a time when emotional and memory-related regions are active. Although PGO waves are easier to measure in animals, evidence suggests similar patterns exist in humans. They provide another clue that dreaming is not random. It has structure, it has rhythm, it has biological timing. So tonight, as your mind drifts through impossible scenes, remember that there may be a quiet system guiding it. Chemistry shapes your emotions. Brain networks shape your logic, and hidden waves of activity may shape your imagery. The dream world may feel magical, but it is built from real patterns inside you, moving in silence like music you cannot hear, carrying you deeper into rest. As your sleep continues, the dream world may begin to feel more distant from waking life, as if you are floating through a different dimension. Yet even the strangest dreams often contain small traces of your real day. A word you heard, a face you passed, a place you visited briefly. These details may seem unimportant while you are awake, but the sleeping brain does not treat them as meaningless. It collects fragments like tiny pieces of glass and turns them into something new.
This is why dreams can feel like a collage. They are made of scattered memories, stitched together into scenes that never happened. But behind this strange collage is a deeper process. Scientists believe the brain is not simply replaying memories during sleep. It is organizing them. It is deciding what to strengthen, what to connect, and what to let fade away. One of the most intriguing discoveries is that memory replay during sleep is selective. The brain does not strengthen everything equally. Emotional memories, especially ones linked to stress or importance, are more likely to be revisited. Learning-based memories, such as skills or new information, are also replayed. This suggests that dreaming may be connected to the brain's system of prioritization. It is choosing what matters. In some cases, this replay can be guided. Researchers have shown that targeted memory reactivation can strengthen specific memories by using subtle cues during sleep. But even without cues, the brain naturally reactivates memory patterns. This reactivation is not always visible to you, but it may appear indirectly through dream content. A dream may include a classroom, a test, a conversation, or a strange task, reflecting the brain's quiet rehearsal. Dreams may also be connected to long-term integration of memory. Instead of storing experiences as isolated events, the brain may use sleep to weave them into broader networks. This is why dreams often blend different time periods. Your mind may connect something that happened yesterday with something from childhood, linking them through shared emotion or meaning. In doing so, the brain may be strengthening the deeper story of who you are. There is also evidence that dreams can reflect the brain's attempt to solve problems. Many people report dreaming about challenges they faced during the day. Sometimes the dream offers a new perspective. Sometimes it simply repeats the tension. But even repetition may have value because it keeps the brain processing the issue in the background. This processing may explain why sleep often improves decision-making. After rest, people are sometimes better at recognizing patterns or making choices. The brain may have been working silently overnight, exploring possibilities without conscious effort. Another gentle but fascinating fact is that dreams often feel longer than they actually are. A dream that seems to last an hour may occur in only a few minutes. The brain's perception of time becomes distorted during sleep. Without external cues, the mind measures time differently. This is why dreams can feel like long journeys even when the sleep stage is short. So tonight, if your dream feels like an entire lifetime unfolding, remember that it may be only a brief moment in real time. Yet within that moment, your brain is doing something profound. It is sorting, connecting, rehearsing, and reshaping your memories. Dreams may feel like strange stories, but they may be the visible surface of a much deeper process. The brain's quiet work of turning experience into understanding while you rest in the dark. As you drift deeper into the late hours of the night, your sleep becomes smoother and your dream cycles return again like gentle tides. This is often the time when dreams feel the most vivid and story-like. The brain has had hours to settle, and now it begins creating longer narratives filled with emotion, movement, and unexpected detail. You may feel as if you are traveling through places that do not exist, yet the experience can feel strangely familiar. One reason dreams feel familiar is that the brain builds them using patterns it already knows. Even when a dream location is completely imaginary, it often follows the structure of real places. Hallways lead to rooms, streets lead to doors, windows open to landscapes.
The mind uses familiar architecture because it is easier than inventing a world from scratch. Dreams may be new, but they are built from old building blocks. Another fascinating discovery is that dreams can be influenced by your body's internal state. The sleeping brain constantly receives signals from within. A slight change in temperature, a shift in breathing, or a small discomfort can shape dream content. If you are too warm, you might dream of fire or desert heat. If you are cold, you might dream of snow or icy water. If your breathing becomes heavy, you might dream of being underwater or unable to run. The brain is not always aware of these signals consciously, but it uses them as ingredients. This may be why dreams sometimes feel strangely connected to the physical world. Even though the dream is created internally, it is still shaped by the body that is lying in bed. Sleep is not separation, it is integration. There is also evidence that dreams can reflect the brain's attempt to regulate mood. Many people wake up feeling emotionally lighter after a night of dreaming, even if they cannot remember what they dreamed about. Scientists believe this may happen because dreaming helps the brain reduce emotional overload. By reactivating emotional memories in a low-stress chemical environment, the brain may slowly weaken the intensity of negative feelings. This is especially interesting because the dream does not always have to be pleasant to be useful. Even a strange or uncomfortable dream might represent the brain's attempt to process emotional tension. It may be sorting fear, anger, sadness, or uncertainty, not in a logical way, but in a symbolic one. One of the most curious facts is that dreams often avoid direct repetition. Even when they contain the same emotional theme, the brain tends to change the scene. The same worry might appear as a different story each night. This suggests that dreaming is not just replay, it is exploration. The brain may be searching for different ways to represent the same emotional problem, like trying multiple keys in a lock. This may also explain why dreams can feel like puzzles. They are not meant to be decoded like secret messages, but they often contain emotional symbolism. A locked door might represent uncertainty. A lost object might represent longing. A falling sensation might represent loss of control. The symbols are not universal, but the emotional logic behind them is real. So tonight, as you float through your dream landscapes, remember that your mind is not simply entertaining itself. It is adjusting your emotional balance. It is responding to your body. It is experimenting with meaning. And even if you forget every scene by morning, the quiet work still happens. The dream world fades, but the emotional weight it processed may remain lighter, leaving you calmer as you wake.
As the night approaches its quietest hours, your dreams may begin to feel softer, as if the mind is gliding through calm water. Sometimes the dream world becomes bright and gentle. Other times it becomes strange and emotional. But no matter the mood, dreaming is always a sign that the brain is active, alive, and creating. It is one of the most human experiences we have, yet it remains one of the least understood. One of the reasons dreaming is so mysterious is that it happens without conscious control. You do not choose the setting, you do not write the characters, and yet the dream often feels deeply personal, as if it was designed specifically for you. This is because the ingredients of dreams come from your own internal library: memories, emotions, fears, hopes, and fragments of daily life. Researchers have found that dreams often contain more negative emotion than positive emotion. This may seem surprising, but it may have a purpose. The brain may use dreams as a safe environment to explore threats and worries. Even when your life is stable, the mind may still rehearse stressful possibilities. It's like a mental simulator that keeps you prepared even when you are safe. But dreaming is not only about fear. Many dreams contain moments of warmth, love, comfort, and wonder. In fact, some researchers believe positive dreams may help strengthen motivation and emotional resilience. But dream of success, connection, or safety may leave a quiet emotional imprint that makes waking life feel easier. There is also evidence that dreaming can help the brain process social emotion. Humans are deeply sensitive to rejection, conflict, and belonging. During waking life, social stress can build up silently. At night, the brain may replay social moments, not exactly as they happened, but as emotional echoes. This may be part of how the mind learns from relationships, rehearsing conversations and outcomes in a private space. Another fascinating detail is that not everyone experiences dreams the same way. Some people have vivid, colorful dreams almost every night. Others have dreams that feel faint, like distant thoughts. Some remember dreams clearly, others wake with nothing but emptiness. This difference may be linked to brain activity patterns, sleep timing, and even personality traits. People who are more imaginative in waking life often report more vivid dreams. People who wake up frequently during the night are more likely to remember dreams because the dream memory has a chance to transfer into waking awareness. Stress can increase dream intensity, but it can also reduce recall by disrupting sleep cycles. And then there is the strange phenomenon of false awakening. This is when you dream that you have woken up. You might dream that you are in your bedroom, checking your phone, walking to the kitchen, or starting your day. Everything feels normal until you suddenly realize you are still dreaming. False awakenings can feel eerie because they blur the boundary between dream and reality. They show how convincing the dreaming brain can be. Scientists believe false awakenings may happen when the brain begins shifting toward wakefulness but does not fully cross the line. It creates a dream version of waking life, using the most familiar environment, your own room. So tonight, if you ever feel as though you woke up, but something feels slightly off, it may be your mind playing with that boundary. It's not a glitch, it's a natural part of how sleep transitions work. And as you continue to rest, remember that dreaming is not weakness, it is not distraction. It is the brain's quiet creativity, its emotional rehearsal, its private theater. Even in darkness, the mind continues to build worlds, gently shaping you while you sleep.
As your sleep continues into the later hours, your dreams may begin to feel like gentle waves of experience rather than clear stories. Some moments may be vivid, others may dissolve quickly. Yet even when the dream seems to vanish, the brain is still doing something important. It is adjusting itself, repairing itself, and restoring balance in ways you cannot see. One of the most fascinating facts about sleep is that the brain is constantly cleaning itself during the night. Scientists have discovered that during deep sleep, the brain's glymphatic system becomes more active. This system helps flush out waste products that build up during waking life. It is like a quiet cleaning crew moving through the brain while you rest. Although this process is more linked to deep non-REM sleep than dreaming, it reminds us that sleep is not passive, it is maintenance, it is renewal. Dreaming, meanwhile, may represent the brain's psychological maintenance. While the glymphatic system clears physical waste, dreams may help clear emotional and cognitive clutter. They may reduce tension, reorganize memories, and strengthen mental flexibility. Another curious fact is that the dream world often follows its own emotional logic.
Dreams do not always care about realistic detail, but they care deeply about mood. This may explain why dream scenes can change suddenly without feeling strange. The emotional tone stays consistent, so the mind accepts the shift. A dream might move from a school to a forest to an ocean, but the same feeling of anxiety or wonder continues like a thread. The dream is held together by emotion, not by geography. This emotional continuity may also explain why dreams can sometimes feel prophetic. People occasionally wake up believing they saw the future in a dream, but scientists suggest a simpler explanation. The brain is constantly predicting outcomes based on patterns it has seen before. During dreaming, the mind may simulate possibilities, some of which later happen by coincidence. When they do, it feels like prediction. In reality, it may be the brain's natural pattern detection system running freely without limits. Dreams can also feel meaningful because they often highlight what the mind is emotionally focused on. If you are stressed about a decision, you may dream about being lost. If you feel uncertain about someone, you may dream about them acting differently. Dreams do not predict the future, but they can reveal emotional truth about the present. There is also a quiet reason why dreams can feel so intense. During REM sleep, the brain's sensory areas are active, but the brain's reality checking system is quieter. This combination creates a state where imagery feels real and emotion feels amplified. You are not simply watching the dream, you are inside it. And yet, most dreams are forgotten. This is because the brain is not designed to store dreams as permanent memory. During REM sleep, the brain's chemistry makes long-term memory formation weaker. This is why you can have vivid dreams and still wake up with only fragments. The dream is experienced fully, but it is not always recorded. Some researchers believe this forgetting is useful. If you remembered every dream in detail, your mind might become overwhelmed. Forgetting may protect the brain from clutter, allowing the dream to do its work without filling your waking mind with too many strange stories. So tonight, if you wake up and feel that a dream slipped away, do not worry. The dream was still real. It still influenced your brain. It still processed emotion and memory. It simply dissolved back into the darkness where it came from, leaving behind only a quiet trace, like ripples fading on a calm lake. As the night continues, your dreams may begin to feel quieter, as if the mind is slowly settling. Yet even in these calmer moments, the brain is still capable of something extraordinary. It can create entire scenes, emotions, and sensations without any outside input. And sometimes, the dream world becomes so vivid that it feels almost like stepping into another life. One of the most interesting questions scientists ask is whether dreaming is necessary. If dreams are just strange stories, why would evolution allow them to take up so much energy? The brain uses a large amount of the body's resources, even during sleep. So many researchers believe dreaming must serve a purpose, even if we do not fully understand it. Some evidence suggests dreaming is closely tied to memory consolidation. During sleep, the brain replays certain patterns of activity from the day. This replay helps strengthen memory pathways. It's like practicing a song until it becomes smooth. The more the brain replays a pattern, the more stable the memory becomes. This may be why sleep improves learning. It is not only rest, it is training. Dreams may be the subjective experience of this replay process. When the brain reactivates fragments of memory, you experience them as dream imagery. But because the brain is also mixing old and new memories, the dream becomes a remix rather than a replay.
It is memory consolidation, but in the language of imagination. Another powerful theory is that dreams help regulate emotion. During REM sleep, stress hormones tend to be lower, but emotional networks remain active. This allows the brain to revisit emotional experiences in a calmer environment. It may reduce the intensity of fear, sadness, or stress over time. This might be why people often feel mentally refreshed after a good night's sleep, even if life is still difficult. There is also the idea that dreams strengthen creativity. By loosening logical control, the brain can connect distant ideas. It can explore unusual combinations. It can form new patterns that waking thought might reject. Even if the dream is forgotten, the brain may still benefit from these new connections. But perhaps the most fascinating possibility is that dreams serve multiple purposes at once. They may strengthen memory, regulate emotion, and improve flexibility, all in the same night. Different dreams might serve different functions depending on your age, your stress level, and what you experienced during the day. Another quiet fact about dreaming is that it changes across life. Children often have vivid dreams, and they may contain more animals, fantasy creatures, and magical themes. As people grow older, dreams often become more realistic and socially complex. Older adults may dream less vividly, partly because REM sleep decreases slightly with age. Yet dreaming never disappears completely. It remains part of the human mind's rhythm. Even culture can influence dream content. People from different environments often report different dream themes. Someone living in a busy city may dream of crowds and movement. Someone living in nature may dream of landscapes and animals. Dreams reflect the world you live in, but they also reflect the world you carry inside. So tonight, as your mind continues to wander through its private worlds, remember that dreaming is not meaningless. It is the brain's hidden work, unfolding in darkness. It is a quiet laboratory where memory and emotion are tested, sorted, and reshaped. And even if you never remember the story, your sleeping mind is still building something valuable, something that helps you wake up a little lighter than before.
As the night slowly moves forward, your mind may feel as though it is traveling farther away from the waking world. The outside becomes distant, almost forgotten. And yet your brain remains quietly active, building dream scenes as naturally as breathing. In this deep calm, it can be comforting to remember that dreams are not a separate world. They are a reflection of how your brain processes life. One of the soothing facts about dreaming is that your brain is always trying to create meaning. Even when dreams feel chaotic, the mind is still searching for patterns. It is constantly organizing experience, like a librarian sorting endless shelves. That is why dreams often pull fragments from different times. The brain is trying to connect pieces of your story, not necessarily in a logical way, but in a way that strengthens understanding. Researchers have found that the hippocampus, a key region for memory, plays an important role during sleep. It helps reactivate experiences, sending them back to the cortex where long-term memories are formed. This transfer may be one of the reasons dreams feel like memory echoes. Your mind is not randomly inventing scenes. It is working with the material of your past, shaping it into new forms. Sometimes this shaping creates surprising clarity. People have reported waking up with a new understanding of a problem or a sense of emotional release. The dream itself may not contain a direct solution, but it may reorganize the emotional landscape around the problem. It may help you feel calmer about it. This is not magic. It is the brain processing in the background. Another fascinating fact is that dreams can influence waking mood even when you do not remember them. Many people wake up feeling peaceful or unsettled without knowing why. Scientists believe the emotional tone of dreams can leave traces. The brain may process fear, comfort, or sadness during sleep, and that emotional adjustment can remain after waking. Even when the dream story disappears, the emotional outcome can stay. This may be why sleep is so important for mental health. Poor sleep can reduce emotional stability, making people more reactive and sensitive. Good sleep, especially when it includes healthy dream cycles, may help regulate mood. It is as if the brain resets its emotional volume during the night. Another strange but beautiful detail is that dreams can create emotions you have never felt in waking life. Some people describe dream emotions as deeper, more intense, or more unfamiliar than normal experience. This may happen because dreams are not limited by real-world consequences. The brain can amplify feelings without restraint. A dream can create overwhelming love, sudden grief, or powerful awe in a way that waking life rarely does. In some cases, dreams can even create physical sensations. People report tasting food, feeling touch, or sensing movement. This happens because sensory regions of the brain are active during dreaming. The mind is generating sensation internally, almost like virtual reality. And yet, the dream world remains fragile. It can disappear in seconds when you wake. Scientists believe this happens because the brain's memory recording systems are less active during REM sleep. Dreams are meant to be experienced, not always remembered. So tonight, as you continue to rest, imagine your brain as a quiet storyteller. It is not trying to confuse you, it is trying to heal you. It is sorting memories, smoothing emotions, and building connections in silence. Each dream is like a soft wave passing through your mind. You may not hold on to it, but it leaves the ocean of your thoughts a little calmer than before.
As your sleep becomes deeper and more settled, the dream world may feel almost effortless, like drifting through clouds. The mind moves without resistance, and scenes unfold as if they are being delivered to you from somewhere beyond thought. Yet everything you experience in dreams is being created by the same brain that guides you through waking life. The difference is that during sleep, the brain is free from external demands. It is no longer reacting to the world. It is exploring itself. One of the most fascinating discoveries in dream research is that dreaming is closely tied to the brain's ability to build a sense of self. Even when dreams are strange, there is usually still a you inside them. You may look different, act differently, or be in a different time, but there is still an identity experiencing the dream. This suggests that the brain carries a continuous thread of self-awareness even while unconscious. However, the dream self is often more emotional and less controlled. In waking life, you regulate reactions. You hide fear. You filter words. You control behavior. In dreams, those filters loosen. You may cry without holding back. You may feel panic without reason. You may fall in love instantly. This is not weakness. It is the mind expressing raw emotion without social limits. Some researchers believe this unfiltered state may help the brain release emotional pressure. During the day, emotions are often suppressed or postponed. At night, dreams may provide a space where emotions can unfold freely, allowing the nervous system to process them without interference. Another interesting fact is that the brain does not always distinguish between real and imagined experiences. In dreams, the brain's sensory and emotional systems respond as if the events are real.
That is why a nightmare can leave your heart racing even though nothing happened. It is why a comforting dream can leave you feeling warmth long after waking. The brain reacts to the dream as experience, not as fiction. This also explains why repeated nightmares can have a real impact on mental health. If the brain keeps experiencing fear at night, it may carry that tension into waking life. That is why nightmare treatment is an important part of sleep medicine. Therapies such as imagery rehearsal, where a person rewrites the ending of a nightmare while awake, can reduce nightmare frequency over time. The brain learns a new emotional pathway, and the dream may slowly change. Dreams can also reveal how the brain handles uncertainty. Many dreams involve confusion, searching, or being lost. This may reflect the brain's natural tendency to rehearse situations where outcomes are unclear. In waking life, uncertainty creates stress. In dreams, the brain may simulate it repeatedly, building emotional tolerance. Some researchers compare dreaming to a training simulator. It is not always pleasant, but it helps the brain practice responding to complex situations. Even social anxiety, embarrassment, and conflict appear frequently in dreams, suggesting that the brain is constantly rehearsing social survival. Yet, dreams can also be deeply comforting. Many people report dreams of loved ones, especially those who have passed away. These dreams can feel healing, leaving the dreamer with peace. Scientists believe this may happen because the brain is revisiting attachment memories, allowing emotional closure or reconnection. So, tonight, as your dream self moves through its shifting scenes, remember that you are not simply sleeping. You are experiencing a hidden form of life, a private world where emotion is allowed to speak freely, a world where the brain practices, releases, and restores. And even if the dream fades by morning, the emotional work it performed may remain, leaving you a little more balanced, a little more whole as you wake.
As the night continues, your dreams may begin to feel like a gentle stream of shifting experiences flowing without effort. Sometimes the dream world is calm and quiet. Sometimes it becomes dramatic, filled with movement and surprise. But even when dreams feel random, researchers have discovered that there are hidden patterns behind them. The sleeping brain follows rules even when the dream story does not. One of the most interesting patterns is how often dreams reflect emotional priorities. The brain does not dream equally about everything. It tends to dream more about what matters to you emotionally. A small, stressful moment can appear in dreams more often than a long, boring event. A single, uncomfortable conversation may return repeatedly in different forms. The brain seems to focus on emotional weight, not on objective importance. This is why dreams can feel like emotional mirrors. They show what the mind is still holding on to. Even if you consciously believe you have moved on, the dream world may reveal that your brain is still processing something quietly in the background. Another fascinating discovery is that dreams often use metaphor. The brain does not always express emotions directly. Instead, it translates them into symbolic scenes. Fear may become a shadow following you. Pressure may become a collapsing building. Responsibility may become a heavy object you cannot carry. These metaphors are not supernatural messages. They are the brain's natural way of representing complex emotional states using images. This symbolic language may help the brain process emotions more efficiently.
A metaphor can compress an entire emotional situation into one simple scene. It's like a shortcut for emotional understanding. There is also evidence that the brain may use dreams to reduce emotional reactivity. During REM sleep, the body's stress response is lower, but emotional memory systems remain active. This creates a unique environment where the brain can replay emotional memories without triggering full physical panic. Over time, this may weaken the emotional intensity of certain experiences, making them easier to face when awake. Some researchers call this process emotional decoupling. The memory remains, but the emotional sting slowly fades. Dreams may be one of the tools the brain uses to achieve this. Another calming fact is that dreaming is not always intense. Many dreams are neutral and simple. People often dream about walking, talking, eating, traveling, or doing ordinary tasks. These everyday dreams may seem boring, but they may reflect the brain's effort to stabilize routine memory. The mind may be rehearsing normal life, strengthening the sense of continuity and safety. And then there is the strange phenomenon of recurring dreams. Many people experience the same dream theme repeatedly, such as falling, being chased, losing teeth, missing an exam, or being unable to move. Scientists believe recurring dreams may reflect repeated emotional stress. The brain returns to the same theme because the emotional issue is unresolved. It's like the mind knocking on the same door again and again, trying to find closure. Interestingly, recurring dreams often fade when a person's stress changes. When the emotional pressure is released, the dream theme may disappear. This suggests that dreams are sensitive to the mind's emotional environment. So tonight, if your dreams feel repetitive or symbolic, remember that they may be part of your brain's attempt to balance itself. The dream world is not trying to frighten you, it is trying to process. It is taking emotional tension and turning it into images that can be experienced safely. In the quiet hours of sleep, your mind becomes its own translator. It converts feelings into scenes, worries into stories, and memories into moving landscapes. And even if you forget the dream by morning, the emotional processing may continue, leaving your waking mind lighter, calmer, and more prepared for tomorrow. As your sleep grows quieter, the dream world may begin to feel more distant, as if you are watching it from far away. Yet the brain remains active, weaving one scene into another with silent precision. Dreams can feel like private mysteries, but the truth is that your brain is doing something very practical. It is managing attention, emotion, and memory even while you rest. One of the most interesting facts about dreaming is that it may help the brain practice prediction. In waking life, your brain is constantly trying to predict what will happen next. It predicts how people will react, how situations might unfold, and what dangers might appear. This prediction system helps you survive and helps you navigate social life. But at night, when there is no real world to predict, the brain may still run this system. Dreams may be the result of prediction machinery operating without external input. This could explain why dreams often feel like simulations. They are not random images, they are scenarios. They include motion, conflict, decisions, and outcomes. Even if the outcomes make no sense, the brain is still testing possibilities. It is running imagined futures. This may also explain why dreams can sometimes feel like warnings. You might dream about losing something, being late, or facing danger. When you wake, it can feel like your mind was trying to tell you something. In a way, it might be. Not through supernatural prediction,
but through emotional forecasting. The brain is simulating what it fears could happen so that you are emotionally prepared. Another fascinating detail is that the dream world is often influenced by your deepest concerns, even if you do not think about them consciously. Stress about work, family, health, or identity can appear in symbolic forms. The brain uses dreams as a space to explore these concerns without the pressure of waking logic. This is why dreams can sometimes feel strangely meaningful. They are not always meaningful in a literal way, but they are meaningful in an emotional way. They reveal what your mind is still working on. Dreams may also help with decision-making. Studies suggest that sleep can improve the brain's ability to recognize patterns and make choices. During sleep, memory networks are reorganized. Information is connected in new ways. This may allow you to wake with clearer thinking. The dream itself may not contain the answer, but the brain's overnight processing may shift your perspective. Another calming fact is that dreams often become longer toward morning. This happens because REM sleep episodes grow longer later in the night. Early REM periods may last only a few minutes, but later ones can last much longer. That is why vivid dreams often happen closer to waking. It is also why hitting the snooze button can sometimes bring you back into a dream quickly, because the brain is already close to REM. And yet, even the longest dream is fragile. The moment you wake fully, the dream begins to dissolve. The brain switches back to waking chemistry, and the dream memory fades like mist. Many people try to hold on to it, but it slips away quickly. Some scientists believe this fading is part of the design. Dreams may be meant to influence the brain, not to fill waking life with endless strange stories. They do their work quietly, then disappear. So tonight, as you move through the later hours of sleep, imagine your brain as a quiet traveler, exploring possible futures, testing emotional outcomes, and building new connections. Even when you are unaware, the mind is practicing, it is preparing, it is learning. And in the calm darkness, dreams are not distractions. They are the brain's gentle rehearsal, helping you wake up with a mind that is slightly clearer, slightly softer, and slightly more ready for tomorrow.
As the night reaches its deepest calm, your mind may feel as if it is drifting in a slow, quiet ocean. The dream world rises and falls gently, sometimes vivid, sometimes faint, but always present in some form. Even when you do not remember a dream, your brain continues to move through the same ancient pattern, cycling through stages of rest and inner activity. One of the most fascinating facts about dreaming is that it may help the brain maintain mental stability. In waking life, your mind constantly receives information. Sounds, faces, emotions, tasks, and responsibilities pile up endlessly. Without a way to process and reorganize all of that input, the brain could become overloaded. Dreams may be part of the system that prevents that overload. Some researchers believe dreaming acts like a pressure valve. It releases mental tension by allowing thoughts and emotions to flow freely. The dream mind does not have to be logical or efficient, it only has to move. It is like water flowing through a riverbed, carrying away what is heavy. This may be why people often dream more intensely during stressful times. When life is calm, dreams may be softer and simpler. But when stress builds, the brain may increase dream intensity because it has more emotional material to process. The dream world becomes busier because the mind has more to sort through. Another interesting discovery is that dreams may help reduce rigid thinking. In waking life, the brain can become trapped in habits and repeated patterns. It can get stuck in the same worries, the same assumptions, the same fears. But dreaming breaks these patterns. It forces the brain to experience unusual combinations. It mixes people, places, and memories in unpredictable ways. This may help the mind stay flexible, preventing it from becoming too narrow. Some scientists describe this as cognitive flexibility training. Dreams may help you adapt, not by giving you answers, but by keeping your brain from becoming too fixed. In dreams, the mind learns to shift quickly. It learns to accept change. It learns to survive confusion. Dreaming may also strengthen emotional resilience. Even when dreams are uncomfortable, they may expose you to emotional intensity in a safe environment. A nightmare can feel frightening, but it happens while your body is still lying safely in bed. Over time, this may help the brain become less sensitive to fear. It is like emotional practice. This may explain why many dream threats end without harm. The brain creates danger, but often allows escape. It rehearses fear, then releases it. In this way, dreams may help the mind practice survival while still giving it relief. Another soothing fact is that dreaming is deeply connected to your identity. Dreams often include themes that reflect your relationships, your goals, your insecurities, and your hopes. Even if the scenes are strange, they often reveal what your mind cares about. They show what your brain is protecting, what it is healing, and what it is trying to understand. This is why dreams can sometimes leave you with a feeling of meaning. Even when the story is forgotten, the aftertaste remains. So tonight, as your sleep continues, imagine your brain quietly balancing itself. It is releasing pressure. It is strengthening flexibility. It is training resilience. It is shaping your inner world while you rest. Dreams may feel like fragile illusions, but they are part of the brain's survival system. They are the mind's way of staying healthy, adaptable, and emotionally stable. And as you drift deeper, let that thought comfort you. Even in darkness, your brain is working gently for you, guiding you toward restoration. As the night moves toward its final hours, your dreams may begin to feel lighter, as if they are slowly dissolving into the quiet air of morning. The mind still creates scenes, still creates emotions, but the texture of sleep begins to shift. The brain starts preparing for waking, and the dream world becomes more delicate, like a fading song. One of the most interesting facts about dreaming is that it can leave traces even when you forget the story completely. A dream may vanish from memory, but the emotional imprint can remain. You may wake up feeling peaceful without knowing why, or you may wake up with unease even though nothing bad happened. Scientists believe this happens because dreams are not stored like normal memories. They often fade quickly, but the emotional systems that were active during the dream can influence your mood. This means dreaming may shape your day more than you realize. The dream itself may disappear, but the brain's overnight emotional processing can affect how you respond to the world after waking. In a quiet way, dreams may set the tone for your morning. Another fascinating detail is that dream content often becomes more vivid just before waking. This is because REM sleep periods become longer later in the night. The brain spends more time in REM near morning, and this increases the chance of experiencing long, story-like dreams. It also increases the chance of remembering them, because waking directly from REM makes dream recall easier. This may explain why some of your most memorable dreams happen right before you open your eyes. The dream was happening close to waking consciousness, so the memory had a better chance of surviving. Researchers have also found that dreams can sometimes influence creativity immediately after waking. Some people wake with unusual ideas, strange images, or sudden solutions. This may happen because the brain has been forming connections overnight, blending memories in ways that waking thought rarely allows. When you wake, those connections are still fresh. Even if you cannot remember the dream, the new pathways may remain. This is why some people keep dream journals. Writing down dreams immediately after waking can improve recall over time. It trains the brain to treat dreams as important. The more attention you give to dream memory, the more likely it is to stay. Another soothing fact is that dreams often include elements of hope and resolution, even after stressful nights. The brain does not want to remain stuck in fear. It often shifts toward emotional balance. Even nightmares sometimes end with escape, awakening, or transformation. This suggests that the dreaming mind is not trying to punish you, it is trying to regulate you. Dreams can also provide emotional comfort. Many people report dreams of loved ones during times of grief. These dreams can feel like visits, leaving the dreamer with warmth and peace. Science suggests these dreams may reflect the brain's attachment system, reactivating emotional bonds and providing a sense of connection even in absence. The dream does not erase loss, but it may soften it. So as you approach the edge of waking, imagine your mind gently closing its dream theater. The lights dim, the scenes fade, the characters disappear into memory, but the work of the night remains. Your brain has processed emotion, reorganized memory, strengthened learning, and restored balance. Even if you remember nothing, you have traveled through a hidden world. You have lived an experience that most of your conscious mind never witnesses. And now, as the morning grows closer, your mind begins to return, calmer, lighter, and quietly renewed by the silent mysteries of sleep. As the night nears its quiet ending, the dream world may begin to feel like a soft mist. Some dreams fade as soon as they appear. Others stay long enough to leave behind a gentle emotional trace. At this stage of sleep, your brain is slowly shifting its balance again, preparing to return you to waking life. But before that happens, there are still a few beautiful mysteries unfolding in the dark. One of the most calming facts about dreaming is that your brain is always trying to restore harmony. Sleep is not only about shutting down, it is about recalibration. Throughout the day, your nervous system responds to stress, excitement, conflict, and constant stimulation. At night, your brain begins adjusting those systems, like tuning an instrument back into balance. Dreaming may be part of that tuning process. Even when dreams feel strange, they may help reduce emotional overload. They may help the brain revisit emotional memories, connect them to broader understanding, and slowly lower their intensity. This could be one reason why people often feel mentally refreshed after sleep, even when their problems remain. Another fascinating fact is that the brain does not always dream in full stories. Sometimes it dreams in fragments, a single image, a single sound, a single feeling. These fragments may still be meaningful because the brain may be processing memory in small pieces rather than full narratives. The mind does not always need a complete story to do its work. It only needs to activate certain emotional and cognitive networks. This is why some dreams feel like scattered flashes rather than long journeys. They may represent short bursts of memory reactivation. The brain is pulling a file from storage, reviewing it briefly, then placing it back in a more organized way. Dreaming may also influence how you see the world after waking. Researchers have found that sleep can change perception. After a good night's rest, people often interpret emotional situations more calmly. They may respond with more patience and less impulsive reaction. This may happen because the brain has processed emotional tension overnight, reducing the intensity of certain feelings. In other words, dreaming may quietly improve emotional control, even though logic was quiet during the dream itself. The dream mind feels chaotic, but the waking mind benefits from the processing. Another gentle fact is that dreaming may strengthen the sense of personal identity. When the brain revisits memories, it is not only storing facts, it is reinforcing the story of who you are. Dreams often include themes of belonging, fear, love, and purpose, because those themes shape identity. Even when you forget the dream, the brain may still be strengthening the emotional threads that hold your sense of self together. And then there is the simple truth that dreaming is universal. Every culture has wondered about it. Every generation has tried to interpret it. From ancient myths to modern laboratories, dreams have always felt like messages from somewhere deeper. Science may not call them mystical, but it recognizes that they are profound. They reveal that the brain is capable of building an entire world without light, without sound, without movement, using only its own internal energy. So tonight, as you continue resting, imagine your dreams as quiet waves smoothing the surface of your mind. They may bring strange scenes, but they also bring balance. They may bring emotion, but they also bring release. They may bring confusion, but they also bring healing. And as the final hours of sleep approach, the dream world begins to close gently, like a book being shut slowly. The pages do not disappear. They simply return to the quiet shelf of your memory, leaving you with something you cannot fully describe, but can still feel. The calm, silent restoration of a mind that has been dreaming.
As the night reaches its final stretch, your sleep may begin to feel lighter, like floating upward through warm water. The dream world still flickers behind your closed eyes, but it may come in softer waves now. Scenes appear and fade quickly, and the mind begins preparing to return to waking reality. This transition is gentle, but it is also one of the most fascinating parts of sleep. One of the strangest things about dreaming is how quickly it can vanish. A dream can feel like a full story, rich with emotion and detail, yet within seconds of waking, it can dissolve completely. Many people try to hold on to it, but the memory slips away like sand through fingers. Scientists believe this happens because the brain is not in a strong memory recording mode during REM sleep. The chemical environment of dreaming is not designed for storing long-term memories. It is designed for experiencing and processing. This suggests that dreams are not always meant to be remembered. They may be meant to do their work quietly and then disappear. The brain may process emotions, reorganize memories, and strengthen connections without needing you to consciously recall the experience. Yet sometimes a dream stays. A powerful image, a voice, or a feeling can remain vivid even after waking. Researchers believe this may happen when the dream is emotionally intense or when you wake up suddenly during REM sleep. The dream memory has less time to fade, and it can be carried into waking awareness. This is why people often remember dreams that involve fear, love, or deep sadness. Emotional intensity increases the chance that the brain will store fragments. It is like the mind marking something as important, even if it cannot explain why. Another fascinating detail is that dreams can sometimes influence your behavior the next day. You may not remember the dream, but you might feel drawn to a certain idea.
cautious about something, or emotionally affected without knowing the source. Scientists believe this may happen because dreaming strengthens certain emotional associations. It subtly shifts the way your brain connects thoughts. Dreams can also shape creativity. Even if you forget the dream story, the brain may have formed new connections overnight. Those connections may remain in your thinking, making you more flexible, more imaginative, or more open to new solutions. This is one reason why sleep is often linked to creative breakthroughs. There is also evidence that dreaming may help reduce emotional pain. When the brain revisits emotional memories in a calm chemical state, it may weaken their intensity over time. This process may not be noticeable immediately, but it can build slowly, night after night. In this way, dreaming may act like emotional healing in the background. And perhaps the most comforting truth is that dreaming is part of your brain's natural rhythm. It is not something you need to control. Even when dreams feel confusing, the mind is still doing its work. It is restoring balance, strengthening memory, and regulating emotion, all while you rest. So as the night nears its end, imagine your dream world slowly fading like a candle burning low. The images soften. The story becomes quieter. The dream theater closes its curtains. But the effects remain. Your brain has traveled through its inner landscapes, and in doing so, it has prepared you for waking life. Soon your eyes will open. The morning will arrive. But before that moment, let yourself enjoy this final calm stretch of sleep. Let the mind drift gently. Let the dream world fade naturally. And allow your brain to complete its quiet work, guiding you toward waking with a softer mind and a rested heart.
As the last part of the night unfolds, your sleep becomes lighter, and the dream world begins to feel like a distant echo. The mind is still creating scenes, but they may feel less heavy now, almost like gentle reflections moving across water. This is often when the brain begins shifting toward wakefulness, slowly turning its attention back toward the outside world. One of the most beautiful facts about dreaming is that it reminds us how creative the brain truly is. Even in complete darkness, with your body still and your eyes closed, the mind can generate movement, sound, sensation, and emotion. It can create entire conversations and landscapes. It can produce fear, joy, wonder, and comfort. And it can do all of this without needing anything from the outside world. In a way, dreaming is proof that consciousness is not dependent on reality. The brain can create reality from within. Scientists still debate the full purpose of dreaming, but many agree on one important point. Dreaming is not wasted activity. It is part of the brain's nightly maintenance. It may help organize memories, regulate emotions, and strengthen learning. It may also help the brain remain flexible, able to adapt to new situations. Even when dreams are forgotten, the processing still happens. This is why sleep deprivation can affect mood and thinking so strongly. When people do not get enough REM sleep, they often become more emotionally reactive, less patient, and less focused. The brain misses its chance to process and reset. Dreams may seem like small stories, but their function may be large. Another calming fact is that the dream world is often shaped by comfort. When your body feels safe, dreams tend to become less threatening. A stable sleeping environment, consistent bedtime routines, and reduced stress can all influence dream tone. This is why people often report fewer nightmares when they sleep regularly.
The brain, feeling secure, has less need to rehearse fear. Dreams also remind us of how deeply memory is stored. People you have not seen in years can appear with startling clarity. Places you thought you forgot can return in detail. Even a smell or a voice can be recreated perfectly. This shows that the brain keeps far more information than you consciously access. Much of your life remains stored quietly beneath awareness, waiting to resurface. And even though dreams can sometimes feel confusing, they are rarely meaningless. They often reflect emotional priorities. They often reveal what the mind is still processing. They often show what you care about, even when you do not say it out loud. As morning approaches, the brain begins preparing to wake. Hormones and chemicals shift. Body temperature rises slightly. The mind becomes more alert, and the dream world begins to close, like a soft door shutting slowly. This closing is gentle. It does not slam, it fades. Images become less stable, stories lose their grip, and finally the dream disappears, leaving only a quiet aftertaste. So tonight, as you rest in these final moments of sleep, let yourself feel gratitude for this hidden process. Your brain has been working for you all night, repairing, sorting, adjusting, and restoring. Even in silence, even in darkness, your mind has been alive. And now, as the dream world fades into morning, you are left with something subtle but real: a quieter nervous system, a softer emotional balance, and a mind that has been gently cared for by the mysterious beauty of sleep.
As the final moments of the night arrive, everything becomes quieter, as if the world itself is holding its breath. Your sleep is now lighter, and your mind begins to hover near the surface of waking. The dream world may still flicker behind your eyes, but it feels softer now, like the last glow of a candle before morning. This is often when people wake with fragments: a face, a place, a strange sentence, a feeling that lingers even when the story is gone. And that lingering feeling is important because it reminds us of one of the most comforting truths about dreaming. Even when you forget the dream, your brain has still done its work. All night long, your mind has been processing. It has been sorting memories, reshaping emotions, and strengthening connections in silence. Dreams are not just entertainment, they are the visible surface of an invisible process. They are what it feels like when the brain reorganizes itself. Some researchers compare dreaming to a nightly reset. During the day, experiences pile up like dust on a window. Sleep clears the glass, not perfectly, but enough to help you see the world with fresh clarity. Dreaming may be part of that clearing. It may reduce emotional sharpness, helping painful memories feel less intense. It may strengthen useful learning, helping the brain store what matters. And it may keep the mind flexible, preventing it from becoming trapped in rigid patterns. Even the strange randomness of dreams may have purpose. The dream world forces your brain to accept change. It forces you to adapt to new situations instantly. It makes your mind practice shifting, adjusting, and surviving uncertainty. In that sense, dreams may be mental exercise, training your brain to remain resilient. And perhaps the most peaceful thought of all is that dreaming happens without effort. You do not need to control it. You do not need to understand it. Your brain knows what to do. It has been doing it for your entire life, quietly guiding you through each night. The dream world is like a hidden ocean inside you. Each night you drift into it. Some nights the water is calm. Some nights it is stormy. But the ocean is always moving, always processing, always shaping the shore of your mind. And when morning comes, the ocean pulls back again, leaving only small traces behind. A soft feeling, a subtle shift, a calmer nervous system, a lighter emotional weight. So as you rest in these last quiet moments, allow yourself to simply be here. Let your breathing remain slow. Let your muscles stay loose. Let the mind drift gently without trying to hold on to anything. Because soon the day will return, the light will return, the noise will return. But for now, you are still in the safest place a human being can be, wrapped in stillness, floating in darkness, protected by sleep. And somewhere inside your brain, the last dream of the night is fading like a whisper. So let it fade, let it go, and allow yourself to wake slowly, peacefully, and restored. Good night.